Today I'm going to tell you how much further a premium golf ball goes over a range ball. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. If you go to the driving range, hit some golf balls, you might be wondering, is this representative of what I'm going to see on the golf course when I play my premium golf balls, my Titleist, my TaylorMades? Well, I always kind of wondered that, and I looked, and actually online there's some anecdotal information, and one of the problems here is that many driving ranges are going to have many different types of balls. Many driving ranges will subscribe to a certain brand of ball, but that doesn't mean that every golf ball you have is the same age or has the same amount of mileage on it. You know, when I go to my driving range, I notice that some of them are pretty shiny, look pretty new, some are really bad, have some cuts and divots out of them, are really faded, maybe looking a little scraggly, and so even at a particular range, you might not have a really consistent ball just in the range balls. On top of that, some ranges really vary. There are some really kind of low-end ranges that are a little like Tin Cup in West Texas, and there are some premium ranges that have premium range balls that might actually serve you up actually a really good premium golf ball to hit. Now, one of the things that I noticed here is that when I was looking at some of my data and trying to gap my clubs at the driving range, I noticed that I was getting more distance on the golf course with my Titleist Pro V1s than I was at the range with the range balls. Now, that makes some sense, but one of the things that you and I might want to do is actually know what our distances are. So to make the most of my range time, I wanted to figure out how much distance I should add on to my shots with the range balls to know what I'm going to hit at the driving range. So I went to my local driving range and I actually took a dozen TaylorMade TP5 X's with the picks, the little black and orange triangles. And I don't have them with me to show you because I hit them all into the range. Now, I actually donated that box of balls to do a little testing here, and I want to share with you the data. Now, first of all, my range is kind of a basic neighborhood range, and one of the things that I noticed is all the range balls are yellow, and most of them said Wilson on the golf ball. Now, there were some top flights as well, some pinnacles I think in there, but most of them said Wilson, so it's a variety of golf balls. I'm assuming they are just really durable range balls, and I hit a bunch of those. I hit a medium-sized bucket of those, and then I finished off, once I was thoroughly warmed up, with the TP5s. Now, here's what I did, is I actually averaged the last dozen range ball hits, as well as my 12 TP5 hits. Now, I also want to say that I use my Rapsodo golf ball launch monitor to record this. I actually set up my Rapsodo to only calculate carry, not total distance. I don't really care about the rollout, especially on my driver. I'm assuming that I'm going to get maybe 10, 15 extra yards on it. Basically, really with my driver, I want to know how far I'm carrying so that I know I can carry traps or water hazards, those types of things. So understand that when you're seeing the data here, this is carry only, it's not total. All right, so the average distance with the range ball was 186 yards. Now, the average distance with my TaylorMade TP5s was 201 yards. That actually surprised me a little bit because I have actually heard anecdotally that you kind of tack on 10 more yards to all your shots to kind of compensate, unless it's one of the short irons. But on the longer irons, the longer woods, those types of things, 10 yards is what you can see. But for me, what I'm seeing between aged range balls to brand new premium golf balls is about 15 yards on the driver. So that allows me to do a little bit of adjusting on my math, so when I get to the golf course I can play it as effectively as possible. But you might see differences in your balls at your ranges, but for me on the driver it's about 15 yards. So if you want to pick up TaylorMade TP5s, they are a very good golf ball. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
If you wanna know about a brand, ask me. I'll check if what's in the bag's nasty. Better if you know what's up than the unhappy. I know what it feels like when you're done cashing. They tried their meal or drive their vehicle. Garbage delivered at your PO. I know you feel yo. You wanna scream, your head hurts on your pillow.
Discover more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Explore deeper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Live better.
I'm going to tell you how much further a premium